Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer and move to Arsenal. And the Euros continue. Well done to Wales and also to Aaron Ramsey. Wales yet again going through to the next stage in the Euros. Remember last time they got to the semi-finals, through again despite their loss to Italy. And you know what? Even in the next round, they could face Russia or Denmark. They could get to the semi-finals again. You never know. So well done to Wales. The team that went out in that group that were really, really disappointing were Turkey. Considered by many, including me, to be a bit of a dark horse for the tournament. As somebody said the other day in one of the comments when we was doing the Don Robbie channel, more like the Dark Donkeys. They've been terrible in the tournament. And there was a couple of players in the Turkish squad that I was kind of keeping an eye on as well because they've been linked with Arsenal. There was Zeki Çelik of Lille. Came into this tournament really highly rated off the back of a really, really good season for Lille where they won the league over there in France. And I have to say, he was really, really disappointing. Him and also Hakan, I can never pronounce it, Kaloncu. I have to get Turkish in there. No, mind you, he's in hiding, still Turkish. He was really disappointing as well. I remember he was another player who was really highly rated before this tournament, coming towards the end of his contract at AC Milan. I think his contract runs out this, next couple of weeks, and hasn't signed a new deal yet. And there was a lot of people saying, well, Arsenal need a playmaker. He's a playmaker. Why don't we move for him? Jeez, he was terrible in the tournament as well. Really, really disappointing. Does look like he's going to end up at Inter Milan now. Rivals to AC Milan, by the way. That's a big move. But he was really disappointing as well. And it just goes to show, you scout at a tournament and some of the players bomb, like those two I've just mentioned, and some of them excel, like Alexander Isak, who plays for Sweden, who's looked really, really good in the tournament. So what do you do? Do you go off of a tournament? Do you say to yourself, I've seen him in a couple of games, forget that, no chance? Or do you look on it and say, you got to go deeper and you got to look and see what they've done consistently throughout the league? Could there be factors at play? It's a difficult one, but certainly those two, if they were having an audition for Arsenal, didn't do themselves any favors at all. They were both very, very poor. Arsenal linked today with Franck Kessié. We've been linked with him before. We can get in link with him again. Franck Kessié of AC Milan midfield and quality player. Before we got to Thomas Partey, there was a lot of calls for us to try and get Franck Kessié. Kind of very similar to Partey. He's deep line, but he had a really good season last year for AC Milan. And again, his contract is starting to run down. I think he's only got about 12 months left on that contract. And obviously, it's contract discussion time, Now, Arsenal, obviously, looking at the fact that the contract is running down, looking at the fact that he's a quality player, had a great time, as I said, last year for AC Milan, are taking a look at any possibilities of maybe signing him. AC Milan want to keep him. They want to extend his contract, want to sit down with him and talk about extending that. Apparently, if they can't extend it, they'll be looking for around about £42 million for him. No chance of getting that for him with only 1 year left on his deal. I just cannot see that whatsoever. Probably thinking more around to the 25 to 30 million, which if he did go, he would be sold for. But Arsenal retaining, an interest in him, so they should be. He's a quality player, and we need quality. That's one thing for sure, So the midfield area is, of course, the area where we all know we need reinforcements. We all know we need to bring in quality. And yeah, I would love to know what you guys think of that. Franck Kessié. Good signing for Arsenal, or is he too similar to what we've got already in Thomas Partey? Remember, Granit Xhaka is going to be going, so we need somebody to replace him in that area. Another player that we're looking at from the Italian league is this guy, Joaquin Correa. Joaquin Correa, or Correa, has had a really good season for Lazio. 26 attacking midfielder, and valued at around about, you see there it says reported fee 17 million. That was sort of the sort of starting fee. We're kind of hearing a valuation 30 to 35 million. He's got a 68 million pound release clause, which again, you know, yeah, right, release clause 68 million. It's never going to be met, especially in this times after, well, you know, as we're going through this COVID thing. But a really good player. Bought him from Sevilla. Remember, Sevilla are always good at spotting players. They bought him in Lazio in 2015. And last term, you know, he had a really, really good time. Scored 11 goals, 6 assists in all competitions. He's kind of like an attacking midfielder that can play as a sort of a second striker as well. Good player. Good player. Plays for Uruguay. Will Arsenal possibly do a swap deal with him and Lucas Torreira? That's what a lot of the talk is saying, that Arsenal are saying to Lazio, you know what? Swap deal, Lucas Torreira plus some funds for him. Remember, Lucas Torreira cost us a lot of money as well. This is why I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this one. Lucas Torreira cost us a fair bit of money. If it's a straight swap deal, maybe Arsenal might be up for doing that. But just to do a swap deal plus money for Lucas Torreira, I don't know. I think Lucas Torreira's standings higher than this guy. So, but that's what some of the speculation is saying out there today. So let's keep an eye on that one. But Arsenal said to be interested in him, said to be even, there's been a lot of quarters that have said that Arsenal have already put a bid in for him and it was rejected. Again, we don't know whether that's true or not. There's other quarters that are saying there's been not even been any contact from Arsenal. It's the silly season. It's the transfer season. We really don't know, but let's keep an eye on that situation. Albert Sambi Lokongo. Could he become an Arsenal player, you know, this week, even next week? It's really hotting up on this one. We're being told that personal terms have been agreed between the player and Arsenal, and it's just the fee. Anderlecht looking for around about, you know, close to 70 million. Arsenal came in at a lower, around about 14 million. But all the talk is that they're, you know, they're close. They're close to getting a deal done for Albert Sambi Lokongo. Very exciting young player, plays in central midfield. Very, very highly rated. Had a great season over there in Belgium for Anderlecht. Could this be a player that Arsenal will bring in? Could he be one of Arsenal's first signings? It's going to be really interesting to see if this one gets done. It's starting to look very likely. If you're doing a rating on this one gets really highly rated up there as a deal that's going to get done. We know that it's looking like Granit Xhaka is going to be on his way out. So could it be this could be the first signing for Mikel Arteta this summer? I think we're going to find out very, very soon. And then we're getting linked today with Neto, who's the 31-year-old Barcelona goalkeeper. We've been linked with him before in the past. Neto, he's, you know, a very good goalkeeper, but number 2 at Barcelona and getting very frustrated, wants to play. Arsenal was linked with him in January. He was said to be a player that they may bring in to be serious competition to Leno. Whether he'd want to come and be another number 2, again, that's, you know, that's questionable. There's a lot of clubs looking at him as well. Let's see how that one pans out. What happens now is that everybody knows that Arsenal sort of on the hunt for another goalkeeper, so we're getting linked to literally every goalkeeper going. As I said, Neto was a keeper that we've shown interest in January. So could he be a player they move for? We have to wait and see. Andre Silva, could this one be done very soon? There was lots of reports flying around yesterday saying that Arsenal were in for Andre Silva. We're having discussions with him about signing him. Again, could he be a player that they bring in to replace Alexander Lacazette, great goal scoring time last season over there in the Bundesliga for Eintracht Frankfurt. Again, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Alexander Lacazette. Does Lacazette move on? That's going to be the interesting thing to see this summer. If he does move on, maybe Andre Silva could be an option in that striking position. And wishing all the best to Zach Medley, who is leaving Arsenal. One of our youngsters who came up through the academy, was on loan last season at Gillingham. I think he's on his way out to Ostend over there. Going to be playing for a team, Ostend, over there in Belgium, if that one gets all sorted out. Apparently, Arsenal did want to keep him and send him out on another loan, but the kid wants to play football. 20 now. He's been at Arsenal, come through the academy. If he does leave, wishing him all the best. They're apparently Arsenal trying to insert some sort of buyback clause into that contract. That would be very intelligent to do as well, because when I've seen him in the past, he's always looked decent, but probably just needs to go out there, play at somewhere where he's loved, get a load of games, and then you never know what can happen. So wishing him all the best. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget AFTV News Daily tonight. At 7 o'clock. Make sure you tune into that. And we're here every single day with Transfer Daily. I think things are going to start hotting up. We're starting to get to the end of the group stages of the Euros. There'll be a lot of players coming home after that. And things are going to start hotting up, I feel, over the next couple of weeks when it comes to transfers. And Arsenal definitely need to get busy, need to get those players in before our pre-season. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.